But first, our top story is the tragedy of the Boston Marathon this past Monday. It's a tragedy that touched home for many here on campus. A lot of our Loyola students call Boston home, and many more went out to participate in the marathon. Current running club members Andrea Larsen and Andy Beck ran, as did former student government president Todi Catalano. We are joined on set now by Andrea, a junior here at Loyola. Andrea, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So you were a junior, you're vice president of running club, correct?
Yes.
And Boston was your second marathon?
It was, yeah.
All right. Can you just describe what you saw and you heard? I know I'm aware that you finished about a half hour before the bombings went off, but can you just describe what you saw and heard?
Yeah, I finished about 45 minutes before the actual bombings, but I got back to my hotel, which is nearby, and I started getting text messages and hearing about the bombings. And then afterwards, I noticed there was police cars everywhere. There was sirens throughout the rest of the day. My sister and I noticed bomb squad cars going down the street.
I know Patriots Day in the marathon, huge in Boston. This was your first time out there. Can you just describe what the atmosphere was like prior to the bombings?
Prior, it was full of excitement. Going down there, we had to take a shuttle to the starting line, and everyone was so excited, talking to each other, asking which races they ran to qualify to get to Boston. At the starting line, everyone was chatting to each other, excited to be running the marathon. Mm-hmm. And throughout the course, it was lively. There's people cheering throughout every part of the course. It was a really great experience during the race.
Obviously, you finished before the bombings and everything else, but finish line, it's a big deal. There's so many people there cheering. I know you obviously were looking to get some water, some Gatorade, cool down. Did you notice anything suspicious or at all, or was it just you weren't even paying attention to anything like that? I
didn't notice anything. It was just a typical finish line. Everyone was pretty exhausted from the race, just looking to go find their stuff and get water and some food.
Yeah. There were reports of runners who continued running afterwards to go donate blood and other, obviously, heroic actions and stuff. Can you, describe some of the stuff that you may have seen in and around Boston? Obviously, you weren't right there at the finish line, but just stuff that you may have seen or heard while you were over there?
Yeah, I wasn't there after it happened, but I did notice the next day that everyone, you could tell who ran the marathon. They had the marathon gear, and they would ask you, were you okay? Did you finish the race? And just making sure that everyone okay. It was just the community really gathered together.
Yeah. I know another issue a lot of runners had was that cell service was down after the bombing, so it was hard for them to tell loved ones back here and at home that they were okay. Did you have any issues with that at all?
I personally didn't have any issues with that. I was able to contact my friends and family
beforehand. Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Last question for you. Obviously, this is your first time in Boston, and it's a race you have to qualify. But if you were to qualify again, would you run there next year?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The actual race was so much fun, and I'd love to go back there and improve on my time.
Sounds good. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time to join us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.